Everybody, what is crack-a-lackin'? Hope everybody is doing great, doing great, doing great. Guys, check it out, check it out, check it out. Give me a 5 for 5 as we get going. Hey, check out this massive plasma sunspot here that's rotating like a Jupiter, the old Jupiter spot we used to see on Jupiter. Check that thing out. We'll go more into that here in just a little while. Here's the sun currently. We had a couple of eruptions today. I don't think we have any CMEs headed this way from today, but as you can see, we'll go more into that here in just a second. Also, and this is from SDO, by the way. Here is the NASA version of one of those CMEs that went off the backside, and again, we'll go more into that. But here's the sun too on this magnetogram, and we'll take a look at this too, and we'll look at that sunspot. It went all the way across the, yeah, it was crazy. But here's NOAA's version of that. Here is the magnetopause, and this is where we see solar wind go left to right. We'll go more into that because we do have some energy from the sun hitting us now, solar wind, and we'll go deeper into that here in just a second. The geo-electric field, check this out. This is what we look at for, it kind of bridges the gap between space weather and earthquakes, and we'll talk more about that, but you can see this is pretty active too. Whenever we get geomagnetic activity, geo-electric is affected. Thus, we get what? More earthquakes. Check it out. Got another earthquake over here in the Philippines. Again, we had a pretty decent one yesterday in the 6th, but right here's another one. By the way, check out Ron. Ron over at Emergency Management Associates. And yeah, we'll go check his channel out if you want to know more about earthquakes. It's killer, baby. Killer, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So, I'm going to run my intro real quick, and we'll get right back to it. See you guys back here in about 10 seconds. All right, guys, so we're going to start here with this. I'm going to try to start with the main thing now. I really want to get to the main core of what we're going to be talking about at the beginning of the videos. I think that's only fair to you guys. I know that I don't like going to somebody's channel and all you're going to see is a bunch of him hauling around and saving the best thing for last. I hate that. It's so annoying when people do that. So I'm going to try not to do that. I will be giving out 5 more memberships tonight at the end of this. I don't look for this to be longer than 10 or 15 minutes tonight. I'm sure Adam will be going live if he ain't already going there. But he's been going kind of late, so we will check that out a little bit later. But here we go. So this is over at spaceweather.com. This is Dr. Tony Phillips' webpage. He does a great job. But check this out. China's space station is flying over the U.S. This is a great week to see that, is what they're talking about here. And I know, and I actually kind of share the opinion that, yeah, I don't know if I want all that flying over my house. Just saying. Not that anything's going to happen. I'm not saying that at all. But, you know, come on, let's just be real about it. But, then again, if we can buy toys from there, might as well have a space station, right? Just kidding. But this is a sunspot. This is actually a phenomenon that I've never talked about. And I knew that it happened, but I'd really never seen it in this kind of detail. Check this out. This is a sunspot, and it was this guy here. I don't want to butcher the name. Gosh, I'm not even going to try to say it. You guys can see that, right? So I'm just going to kind of Teodorescu or whatever the heck. I'm really not even sure. So yeah, we're just going to kind of leave it at that, right? But as you can see that, I mean, it's clearly rotating. And and Dr. Tony Phillips kind of points this out too. There's like little micro rotations in here too. You can really see this right there. You see the phenomenon, right? These are little bridges. They're actually magnetic bridges in the sunspots. And typically what you'll see is when you start seeing those bridges, you'll have like a positive on one side and negative on the other, and it actually will cause it to flare. And sometimes when they call them light bridges, and when these light bridges break, you'll get a flare. So it's really, really cool, but it's also, you know, it kind of does make it unstable. I would think. Um, I've really not had anybody tell me that it makes it more unstable, but in my opinion, it kind of looks like, you know, pretty unstable. But we can click on this little hyperlink right here and see what it takes us to. This is looks like a, yeah, who cares about cookies? Anyway, it's an abstract. This is actually the research paper. It's been peer reviewed, and they go deep into this. So if you guys want to see that, you can. Okay, it's there. I highly encourage anybody, even if you don't think you can understand it, you got all the time in the world to look up anything you want, right? When you come over to by yourself, or whatever time you have, if you want to spend it reading some of this stuff and trying to understand it at a higher level, I highly encourage that. They really do go into some, you know, some pretty good stuff over here. I read through, kind of skimmed through this paper, but it's been peer reviewed and all that. So I mean, it's good research. So I'll just leave it at that. But I just thought this was really cool. And what you're seeing here is, we go to it, this sunspot right here. Okay, that's the one he filmed. He filmed it the whole week, all the way across the sun. So what you were seeing there was a bunch of days just put together. Okay, and it was just, you know, through days. It ain't like it was sitting there spinning. It really reminded me kind of like the Jupiter spot. It really did. Especially this particular image, right? But it wasn't staying in the same place. It was going across the surface of the sun, on the face of the sun. So that's what you were seeing there. I just want to make sure everybody was able to get this story, because I do think that this is great stuff to be talking about, because hardly anybody sees these kinds of things unless it's pointed out. And what's cool about this one in particular, this was not taken from a satellite. This guy did this in his backyard, I think. If not at his backyard, at an observatory. Okay, let's go up here. It says his name's Maximilian Vlad Teodorico. Photographed the phenomenon last week, July 7th through the 11th. Okay, sunspot AR4482, and that's right here. Okay, it's showing up right here, I think. I think that's 4482 right there. Yep. See it? That's that sunspot right there. So, yeah. I mean, he probably started, it was over here when he seen it. So, yeah. Also, I want to point out this little sunspot grouping here. We're going to have to watch this thing. This thing has been flaring pretty good on the backside, just so everybody understands. That's a pretty decent size, yeah. Okay, so why don't you guys go ahead and give me a roll call in there while I get to this other stuff. Give me a roll call in there while I do that, and then after I get through this kind of information here for you guys, the Space Weather Update part, I'll give away 5 more memberships, okay? So please check this out if you would. Get active in the chat. You got to be active in that chat to get a membership, okay? Okay, so look at these. Boom, boom, boom. I kind of showed you these same two yesterday. This is NOAA's version of the end-little spiral. And again, that's the sun, that's the earth. So these are CMEs. And this is a forecasting model, and it's behind. They haven't updated this thing since my show last night. It's the same model. Same exact run. But we do have this one to look at. This is the NASA one. Same one. So we'll go to the latest and see what we got. Probably not much. Yeah, see this one here? Boom. It's not a big one. It's just not. There wasn't no really big ones going on today. Now, we did have some CMEs launch off the sun, but they were not big. So, you know, no harm, no foul. But this is SDO, okay? This is the one we're looking at from our point of view. This one's it's in a low Earth orbit, and it does have an eclipse season, and that's what you're seeing when this thing goes black. The satellite gets in a position where the Earth gets in the way of the satellite. Basically, the Earth's in between the satellite and the sun. Because this thing rotates in a way that it will always look at the sun. It keeps its eye on the sun. So, we'll do that. We'll just run with that. But, here we go. Check this out. You're going to see these just popping off. There's one over here. These are plasma filaments. Look at that one. That one probably would have been really pretty if the eclipse hadn't happened at that exact same time, because that's what you're seeing right there. Let me pause. I'm gonna pause it, and we'll just kind of run through it like this. Let's back it up. You guys see that shake right there? You see that? You know what that is, right? Right. Let's see. Right there. See it? The satellite itself is shaking right there. So most likely it was hit by solar wind. Okay, that was just a few hours ago. But as you can see, you got these filaments popping off. You got all kinds of stuff happening here on the sun. Look at that. Okay, oh, that was cool. Hope we can catch that one. Come on, let me see it. There it is. Okay, cool. Check that out, guys. Most people are probably going to miss that one and that was huge. It's kind of like the one I showed you the other day. Except it was up here and it was closer to us, so thus it looked bigger. So yeah. Hey, thanks. Yeah, please like it, would you? Take a deep pulse advice there. Hey, Leah, good to see you, girl. Hope everything's going okay. All right. Now, let me, I'm trying to stay focused, guys, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job tonight. So, but I just thought those were really cool. That's really cool when that happens. But here in a couple minutes, I'm going to be giving away some memberships, guys. Remember that. So go ahead and start getting active in that chat if you guys want to try to get one. I don't have any control who gets them. I'll gift them out. I got 5 more to gift out tonight, and we'll take a look at it that way. But this is the same satellite, guys, and this is a different angstrom of light. Okay, so as I come back through here, we get to see this eruption, but see the difference here? If you were to look at that compared to that, this is why we look at different angstroms of light, so we get a different visual. The whole purpose of doing this is to have a visual, right? And that way we can understand it better. So we're basically looking at different gases, and we can even look at it here on the 131. We see flares and stuff on this one fairly well also, but you can kind of even see that magnetic filament laying across there. It's very, very cool. And that one there, you can kind of even see it wrapping up. That one there might be destabilizing. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Let me get this back here. See, look at that. See how all 3 of these are just giving you a different view. And it's awesome. Solar wind. Do you know what solar wind is, Helmet? I thought I seen you in here a few times. I thought you knew what that was. Solar wind is just highly charged particles that flow from the sun. But yeah. Hey, Nikki! 27 months. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around being members that long. And just even before, you've been here before, Nikki. You really have. You've been here for years. It's awesome. And I think I missed the roll call. So I'm probably going to have to get another one from you here. New Hampshire. Nikki's from New Hampshire. Oklahoma, Texas. Scott is. There's Ilea again. Ilea's from Cali. Barbie's from Northwest Wisconsin. Hey, Wisejen's from Wisconsin. She's in here. Hey, Kristen, good to see you, girl. She's from Washington State. Kentucky's where Laura's at. Jan is from Midwest by Lake Michigan. Washington State is where Ray Flections is. I wonder if the name's Ray. It says Reflections, but it says Ray at the top, so. Surgery, I love you, brother. Love you, brother. I love you, brother. Utah, baby. Utah in the house. I love that icon, by the way. I got to say, hey, Renee. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Angel's Wings. Good to see you, too. I think I've said hi to you guys quite a few times here tonight, but I'll say hi again. All right. So, yeah. I'm trying to stay more focused because we did, I went back and kind of rewatched my last video, and I was kind of squirreling quite a bit. And if I'm going to stop and talk to the chat, I'm going to specifically stop and talk to the chat. I'm not going to be going back and forth. So that's my goal. And I know I'm probably doing it a little bit, but it was nowhere near like it was last night. And I didn't have time to record a video today because that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you guys here in a few minutes what I'm going to end up doing on that end of it. But as you can see here, guys, again, with solar wind, sun's over here. This is Earth. This is our magnetic field protection. Hey, thanks, Deep Quake. Awesome sauce, brother. Hey, I want you to know I still pray for you. Just I want you to know that, okay? Because I know we've talked in the background. I don't want to put anybody's business out there, but I just want you to know that is, yeah, that happens. So, a lot. I pray for you. I pray for all you guys. But thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. It's so cool. Hey, man, it's good to see you, sister. Happy 40th a couple days ago. Love that. Love that. Wise Jen's in the house? Yes, please. Please pay attention to driving. Just put me on audio only and listen, okay? Okay, so. Yeah. So, magnetopause. This is our bow shock. Magnetic field. It's Earth's protection. You're looking top down over here on this side, and you're looking from the side here. This is giving us a side view. That's important because when we talk about the BZ, we talk about the tilt, right, of that, the direction of it. So we have to understand that to be able to understand other things, right? Now, if I hit play on this, this is density, and you're going to see that it looks like we don't have a bow shock, but up here we clearly do, right? Because this isn't showing you speed. This is showing you density. Once it, on this particular graph, once this blue color is being shown, if it's more dense than what that blue color shows, it's going to stay that blue color. So it makes it appear like our bow shock isn't there. And again, the only way that that happens is if the sun isn't there or our magnetic field goes down. And either one of those is a very bad day for every one of us. Just going to say. Yeah, so in other words, you know, when we have our pole flip, there's a good chance, most likely, well, it will go down for at least a few minutes while it flips. This depends on how quick it flips. I don't know. You know, I don't think anybody has an exact time frame on how fast it's going to be. Everybody has a lot of educated opinions on it. I'm serious about that. But they're educated opinions. You know, nobody has an exact time frame for that. So we just don't know. We just got to do our best and listen to everybody and try to understand when things start happening. You know, you just got to do the best you can with what's around you. And if you have a better understanding before that stuff happens of the possibilities of things that'll happen, you make better decisions in the moment because you won't be scared. You'll be reacting out of the knowledge that you have with the sense of urgency instead of reacting to pure fear. When you're acting to pure fear, you don't think right. So that's why we do what we do, okay? Anyway, this is pressure. And as you can see here, when we start getting hit, the reds show up. I want to show you guys something pretty cool. If you watch right here, again, this is the top down, which is the Y cut. You got X, Y, Z, right? The axes. Z cut, this is from the side. So you're going to see the same phenomenon, but it's going to look a little different. You're going to see something kind of start right here and come here. Again, this is just magnetic pressure. All right, see that kind of forming? And then, see how that happens? That right there is what we call a reconnection event. And you can see it right here too. So I haven't looked yet, but I'm going to guess that up on the speed model, it's going to be blue headed that way towards the sun. Let's check. Yep. That's the same time frame. You see that? Right here? That's a reconnection event. It happens over here too. So just kind of keep that in mind. I just think it's pretty cool when we look at stuff like that. All right, so here's our geoelectric field model. This is what we look at for earthquakes. There it is, you know. There's really not a whole lot to talk about on this one. It's not really like just blazing with the reds and purples. But always remember, energy in means energy out at some point. The Earth can't keep absorbing this energy without letting it out somehow. And earthquakes is just one of those avenues. I am not the earthquake guy, and I say that every time. I preface that because I have an understanding, and I understand what people talk when they're talking about them, But I don't feel like I could teach anybody how everything happens, right? I probably could if I dove into some of the stuff and really tried to commit myself to that. But people like Ron and a whole lot of other people, they really do a good job. So always point you guys over there because it's just a good thing to do. But as you can see, when this is lighting up, that means we're getting solar activity. Our geomagnetism will make the geoelectric react. So what's happening here, basically you're seeing also it's around populated areas. Because what this model does, it shows you space weather's effect on our electrical grid system. That's basically what this is for. So the stuff's coming in, right? So you're going to see it when the stuff hits. It's going to be more pronounced in higher populated areas typically. Not always, but typically. Like up here. And also, the further you get to the north, the more stuff is in there anyway. So you're always going to have more activity up here than what you are down here. So that kind of population thing kind of goes away up here. Just remember that also. But this is the Appalachian Mountain Chain. There's a lot of cities down through here, right? Plus the mountains. Mountains are high. What's going to happen with elevation? More stuff, right? You're closer. You're closer to it. I can't put it any more simple than that. Okay, so here is the boring graph. It's actually, to me, it's not boring because it helps me explain things to you guys. We look for -6 on this top number. This is the BZ, right? And it's what I talk about, -6. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go into deep explanation. But when we're in a negative magnetic positioning orientation, and it gets to -6, this graph will show it in purple. Okay? And what that means is we're now in a magnetic position to draw in anything coming from the sun. If we're getting hit with the CME at the same time that this is the BZ's at a 6 or greater, I've shown you guys when the BZ was at 40. When that's happening, stuff is really getting in. So just to let you know. Now you can see where we started having activity up here. Okay? Because see how things started moving? And this is density. Density was going up, and the speeds in yellow here, it was going up. Now remember, 400 kilometers per second is roughly 2 million miles per hour. That's how fast the stuff is moving. So we keep that in mind. That's just the rule of thumb that we kind of do rough math with. But the temperatures down here too, everything reacted at the same time. You know what that means, right? That means we're getting hit with something. So most likely it was like maybe a small coronal hole. What's a coronal hole? That's a coronal hole. The atmosphere of the sun is called the corona. It opens up. This is dark because it shows colder. The darker colors show up when on the colder parts of the sun. That's the surface of the sun. It's not a hole in the sun. The surface of the sun is colder than its atmosphere. I'm not going to get into detail why that is because nobody really knows 100%. They sent a probe out there called the Parker SP, and it was the one that they said kissed the sun. They actually sent it back 3 or 4 times now. And it got into the corona of the sun. They got some really good data. Now, but it's black because the surface is colder than its atmosphere. That's how these models work. So, I haven't said that in quite some time. I feel like I needed to explain that. Okay, so just to kind of give you a rough idea of the earthquakes. Again, you know, we had this big one here, and it's a decent sized one. There was no like tsunami or anything with this one. But I started noticing this too over here in the Caribbean here. That's an earthquake swarm. And something else it's kind of like a big topic right now. We're still getting earthquakes up here, guys. Okay? And they're not slowing down. They're not big ones, but it is showing activity. Now, I will say this too. When you get multiple small ones, that's a good thing. Okay? Because it's releasing pressure. And almost every time before we get a huge one, you'll see an area that goes quiet. And then all of a sudden, man, bam, right? But we are still getting earthquakes kind of out of position, I would say. You know, it's not like out of the, unheard of to have earthquakes in these places, but I mean, it's not a normal everyday thing that we see, right? But we always are, we always pucker up a little bit here because this is a Cascadia zone, a subduction zone, and when the big one happens over here, the whole West Coast is going to have a whole different topography. You literally will have beachfront property in Arizona, and I'm not just lying about that or just saying it to say it. That's the truth. This Cascadia subduction zone is a big deal. So, and anybody living out there probably already knows this. Everybody I've ever talked to knows this. That's who I learned it from. A lot of the stuff I learned from this was from Adam and Ilea, Rip, everybody. Rip Curl, if you're listening, brother, good to see you, bud. If you're around, I miss you, brother. Hope you're doing good, man. But again, yeah, so we're having earthquakes in the normal places too. So, yeah. All right, guys, if you got any questions, just kind of fire them in there at me. But I'm going to give away 5 memberships here in just a second. So get a little talking in there, and we're going to rock and roll this. Give me another roll call, guys, and we'll do that here at the end, okay? I do want to key up and give away 5 more of them here for you. We're going to do that here in just a second, all right, guys? But we'll check out. I just want to make sure you guys can see this. Here, I didn't click on that. I wonder if this will. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure if that's it. That was kind of slowed down there at the beginning. That was cool. Click photo for a larger image. Let's try that. Okay. Dr. Tony Phillips is awesome. He does that stuff. And, guys, please come over and check his page out. A lot of us show his page daily. And he needs the credit for that. He really does. It's just the way that it is. Laura YG, Wisconsin, UK, deep quake, Sydney, hizzy. Laura K, howdy. Scott Sevey, buddy, what's up, Scott? Mars, I love it. Little Ed, thank you, bro. Back at you. Rhonda Brewers in Arizona. You gonna have that beachfront property? Get ready. I'll bring the bag chairs. When it goes, I believe it all goes down the coast and up the Mississippi, New Madrid. Yeah, that could possibly happen. You get one big fault line, bust off. You never know. Or even when the pole flip, there's a whole lot of talk about the crust unlocking and a whole lot of different stuff, guys. I mean, truly, there's a lot of stuff to go research if you guys really want to get into stuff like that. It's a big, they call it catastrophism. Catastrophes, the study of catastrophes that's happened in the past in order to help understand some of the catastrophes that's going to be happening in the future. And there will be those things that happen. We just don't fear them. We learn about them, right? So we don't want to go negative. We're going to stay positive around here. All right? All right, so. Yeah, it's the big one they've been talking of, for sure. For sure, Spirit, 100%. Billy Jack, what's up? Hey, D. Griffin, good to see you. All right. I'm getting ready to give them out. Okay? I'm going to give you a countdown. Hold on a minute. Huh. Hold on 1 second, guys. Something's wrong with this thing. Let me see if this will let me do it here. Yeah, okay, so let me do it here. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got a bunch of windows and stuff open. All right, guys. So here we go. I'm going to give you a countdown. Y'all ready? Hey, Barbie. Hey, Linda. Hey, we're doing okay. We're hanging in there, guys. There you go, Deep Quake. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Here it comes. They're coming. They're coming. Who gets them? Who gets them? Let's see who gets them. Who's going to get them? I ain't seeing anybody get them. I don't know what's going on with that. You see me send them, guys. I don't know what's up with that. You guys, probably, I think there's buttons that some of you have to hit or something. I don't know. Wonder why that didn't. I didn't see anybody get those. Guys, there's something else too that I've seen that happen. I've done that before, and it didn't give them to you guys till it was late. What is that? Now what is that? Yeah, it went out, so I don't know. You guys, sometimes it'll give them out and give them out late, or even go to the comment section to give them out. Yeah, you guys see me, it showed up as if I gave them out, so I don't know what happened there, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know if that, you guys might wake up tomorrow morning and have a membership from wages. I do know that sometimes, if you don't have that checked, it will, you'll get an email, and it'll say, hey, you need to do this or whatever, and you'll get the membership then. So if you guys get one from tonight, let me know tomorrow, would you? I really would appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't see it either, Ilea. It didn't show up for some reason. And let me tell you, we've been having some glitches with YouTube too. So, I don't know. Not sure. Yeah. Yeah, it says I sent 5 memberships, but it didn't show who got them. So I don't know. You know. Hopefully everybody got them. What's crack-a-lackin'? Mr. Mac, I wish I could, you know, just give you one, man, but I don't have any control who gets those. YouTube does that. Hey, PB, good to see you. Hey, Renee. See you. Hey, Lord Griffith. All right. All right, guys. But I just thought I wanted to share this with you tonight. I thought this was really cool. So hopefully you guys like the show. And guys, thank you for everybody coming back and just really keeping my views just, I mean, you guys already elevated my views, and you guys are back to buying memberships and stuff, and the ones that stuck with me through all the time I was out of here because of my family and stuff, and myself getting hurt, and hospital visits, this, that, and the third. And frankly, my mental state just wasn't good. I don't think I would have done my show any justice, let alone did you guys any justice for anything. It just wouldn't have been a good thing. Like I said, I'm committed back to doing it every day now. Hopefully I can follow through with that. I'm done like saying I promise this or promise that. If I ever say that, it's not really like just something I'm saying, just because it's part of the vocabulary. But I've found, you know, I hate breaking a promise. So it's just easier just to say, hey, I'm going to try to be here, this, that, and the third. And if you're not there, then at least you didn't make somebody a promise. You know what I mean? I just feel like I failed you guys on a lot of levels, and myself, just to be honest with you. And just know that I'm working through the issues and stuff, and I'm getting better. We're all getting better, and thank you guys for just sticking with me. And you know, I still encourage you to watch everybody. Okay. I understand. I mean, I'm sure you guys were going to other channels and getting your space weather there, and you should. You should watch everybody. There's a lot of good ones out there, guys. So, hey, Broken Fish. Hey, good to see you. You're right, Nikki. You're 100% right. You guys are why I am here. 1,000%. So, just know that. Okay? I'm serious. When I say that stuff, it's just, I can't say it enough. Go check out Mark Pyers, too. When I talk about family, I can't, like, not talk about Mark and Adam over at Marfugal. His shows are going to be a little bit later or earlier. He's probably going to be all over the place for a while. So please turn your notifications on for Marfugal TV and Marfugal News, because he's going through kind of a thing over there. And pray for Dex and his family, too. Dex has had to step back a little bit for now to take care of some family stuff. That's what Adam was telling us. So, you know, he's got to pray for them all and hope for, you know, and Adam's going to be trying to do his best to be here. But I'm telling you, if he's a one-man show, it's not easy, okay? So cut him some slack if you can. I know you guys do. We're all family. You know, Marfugal, Wages Family, Renaissance Man, Ron, Emergency Management Associates, Leah, Ripper, Mist. Go check out Mist. Go check out Trinity, Red Pill, Blue Pill. Guys, I mean, everybody's still here. Wise Jen, she's here. She's a managing mod now. I need to get back in there and figure out why she hadn't been able to get into the managing mod group we got on in the background here, but I need to figure that out tonight. Hey, Wise Jen, I did see you send me a text on just to me, so I'll be able to use that and probably fix the issue. So, but hey, Scrappy Cat, Surgery66, love you all. We are going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that show. Again, guys, I'm going to try to keep it really nice and concise and straight to the point. I think it's always best to do it like that. But we will try her again tomorrow, hopefully. I'm thinking about doing some shows. Hey, Awakening, how are you? 27 months, bro. Thank you. Oh, by the way, guys, check out Chase Paladin. He's got I think he got a new book out. But he gifted me 2 books, and I'm going to give one away here in the next week or so, probably. They're prepper books, and it's a really good book. So I think he wrote a second one now, or yeah, pretty sure. But I haven't. Like I said, I haven't been able to even be in the chat hardly anywhere. It's just been one of those couple months for me. So, all right, guys, enough of the chit chat. I love you guys. You guys keep it safe, you know. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So, God bless. Yahusha saves. And as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.